Hello, Yayha. Hello, Teresa. And hello, Anney. It's story time, and we have one called The Watch, and it's chapter 1. There will be a few more chapters in the following weeks. Now, Yayha, can you see the picture that we have on screen?
Yes, I can.
Right. What are the people doing in the picture? Can you say?
Yes, I think there's a pirate who's trying to escape and he's running right now. There's something in his hand. I can't, probably diamond because of
No,
that
it's a
shining.
watch. It's
And
a watch.
watch.
Yes,
Oh,
it's a watch.
right,
It's an
sorry.
old-fashioned
Watch. I
watch.
can't say that.
Okay.
And all right. And the other people, there's a woman and man trying to escape from something, or
They're
no, trying to catch the
chasing
man
him.
who probably still chasing him, who probably stole that watch from them or from their market. I don't know.
Right.
And
So this is why we're going to read the story. So here,
all right,
as you said, they're on the beach.
on the
He
beach.
looks like a pirate because of the way he's dressed with the hat,
Yeah,
the shirt, and everything. In his hand, he has a
exactly.
watch on a chain, and these people are chasing him. So it just gives us an idea of what the story could be about. Right, Teresa, can you be so kind to start?
Yes. The Watch, Chapter 1, The Legend. Carl was a watchmaker. He was in his 40s and single. His parents lived in London. He lived by the sea in the southwest of England. He lived alone in a small house on a quiet street in Penzance. I continue?
Yes, please, just the whole page.
Okay. Carl was a tall, thin man, but he was very strong. He had his own workshop. He fixed watches. He made his own high quality watches. He often did other jobs as well. Carl worked very long hours. He usually worked late. His workshop was near Eastern Green Beach. At the end of the day, he often went to the beach to stretch his legs.
Right, so the only words here, Pens Ants. It's difficult because the names of places are very complicated to know how to say Pens Ants. Annie, can you read the next one, please?
Could you make it bigger, please? Zoom in.
Right, okay, just give me a second. Off you go.
All right, all right. One is it? Okay. It's cool. One night, Carl met an old friend on his walk. Her name was Susan. Carl, how are you? She said. Hi, Susan. What are you doing here? I'm working just like you. Susan laughed. I see. Well, let's walk together then. Carl and Susan walked for a long time. They talk about many things. They talk about their jobs and their families. They talk about everything in general. As they walk, Susan asks, how's your job? Are you working a lot? Yes, I have a lot of work. I'm very happy. Good for you, Carl. Susan was a security guard. She watched the boats near the beach. She told her she liked her job. She saw many interesting things on the beach. In fact, she had found something just today.
Right, okay. So the next page now is for Yayha. Can you see it?
Yeah, just give me a second. I'm
Right.
trying to. Yes. Carl began Susan. I was actually hoping to see you. Really? Replied Carl. Yes, I have found something and I don't know what to do with it. What have you found, Susan? Susan took out a watch. It looked very old. It was very good quality. Can you tell me what kind of watch this is? She asked. Let me have a look, Carl said. Carl took the watch in his hand. He looked at it closely. I have no idea what kind it is, he said at last. Susan was surprised. Don't you know anything about it? Well, I know it is a watch, but it is very old. I'm just not sure. He paused and looked at her. Do you have to go to work right now, Susan? No, I am I am
Yes.
finished. I am finished for the
Right, Teresa.
Let's go
day.
to my workshop. I have some books that might help us. Carl and Susan went to Carl's workshop. The workshop was very old. Inside the workshop, there were many tools and washes. It was all part of Carl's job. Susan had never been to the workshop. She thought it was very interesting. Wow, she said, there's a lot of stuff in here. Yes, I have a lot of work. I like what I do. That's good, Carl. Carl told Susan to follow him. She put down the watch and walked into another room. There were a lot of books. They were very large and very old. It was impossible to read many of the names. What are we doing here? Susan asked. We are looking for information, answered Carl. Information about what?
Anney.
Uh, about what kind of watch this is. I've never seen anything like it before. Carl and Susan checked the books. After several minutes, Susan found something. It was in a book about the Caribbean Sea. Carl look at this, she called. Carl looks. Carl closed his book and went to Susan. What is it? It's a picture that watch of the watch, and it's a book about pirates. Carl, Carl was very surprised. A book about pirates? Why would your pirate book have a picture of the watch? It didn't make sense. Susan explained. The name of the book is Caribbean Pirates. It's about England and fighting pirates in the Caribbean Sea. I still don't understand. What about the watch?
Yeah.
Listen, said Susan. According to the book, there was a famous pirate. His name was Eric L. Carcan. He had a very particular type of watch. They says it had strange powers. Powers, sorry. What kind of strange powers? Asked Carl. People say that it Carcan could travel through time. Susan turned the page and continued. It says that the watch helped him time travel. Carl laughed and said, that's just a legend. A pirate who traveled through time and with a watch? That can't be true, Carl laughed. Just then, there was a noise in the workshop. What was it? And see, the two friends went back into the workshop. They looked around. The watch was gone. Somebody has stolen this watch, Carl cried.
Teresa.
See, that watch is special. It's not a normal watch, said Susan. Then Carl noticed something else. The door to the workshop was open. Suddenly, he heard footsteps outside. Somebody was running down the street. Carl looked at Susan and started to run. Let's go, he called back. Carl and Susan ran out of the workshop. They went towards the beach. When they reached it, Carl looked down. There were footprints in the sand, very deep and large footprints, like those of a very stout man. Suddenly, Susan stopped. She pointed to a large man in black. He was running down the beach. Look, Carl, there he is, she shouted. Carl ran after the man and shouted, Hey, stop! Stop right now! The man ignored him and kept running. Again, Carl demanded, Stop! Stop right now!
Right, stout. Okay, that's stout.
And what does it mean?
It means, I think, tall.
Okay.
Tall was slim, skinny.
So we will look at that when we do the vocabulary, okay? Because I'm not quite sure about it. Right, Anney.
All right.
The man continued
Anney.
to ignore
All right.
Carl, so Carl ran even faster. At last, he caught up with the man. Carl pushed him, and they both fell over onto the sun. Onto the sand. The man shouted loudly, "You shall let me go. I have done nothing to you. This is my watch." Carl stood up. He took a moment to look at the man. He was quite a character. His clothes were not modern. They were very old-fashioned. They were in a style worn hundreds of years ago. He also had a string hairstyle. It was one from long ago. Carl and Susan watched the man. He slowly got up. He cleaned the sand from his clothes. He had the watch in his right hand. He looked at them suspiciously. "What do you want? Why are you looking at me like that?" he demanded. The stout man spoke with a very unusual accent. His English sounded very strange.
Right, yeah.
Carl looked at him and said, "You stole my watch. You came into my workshop and took it." "No," said the stout man. You stole it from me. I have only take it back. It is mine." Carl and Susan looked at each other. Finally, Susan asked the stout man, "Who are you?" "I am Eric Tarkin. Now, please excuse me. I must go back to the 17th century."
Right, so we finished chapter 1. So this is the summary. Carl is a watchmaker. He lives in the southwest of England. One day he meets his friend Susan on the beach. Susan shows him a very old watch. They go back to Carl's workshop to study the watch. A book says that the pirate Eric El Karankin had the watch he used to travel through time. Suddenly, Carl and Susan notice the watch is gone. They hear footsteps. They chase a man to the beach. Carl catches him. The man says he is the pirate Eric El Karankin. He wants to go back in time with his watch. So this is the end of the first chapter. I hate people's names sometimes because I don't know how to say them. Did you find, Yayha, the meaning of stout, or I will look it up later when we do the vocabulary?
I don't know. I saw it's like brave and strong or something like that.
Stout, yes, because I remember in a child's rhythm, and I go, "I'm a little teapot, short and stout." So it's strong, like well built.
Probably because I was reading the Three Musketeers novel before, so I saw one of them was stout. So probably.
Right. So there we are, Therese, Stout, strong and well built. And I've just remembered the child's rhyme that goes with it. So sometimes I forget words as well. So guys, we have to say goodbye now. So goodbye, Teresa.
Bye.
Bye, Anney. And bye, Yayha. So next week, hopefully, we will do the next chapter in this story. Okay, then. See you.